How does the richest man in the world spend his billions? Jeff Bezos has a net worth over $160 billion, more than the GDP of many countries. In this video, we'll look at some of the crazy expensive things Bezos spends his fortune on, from lavish real estate to over-the-top cars and business investments. You won't believe how he spends his money. Let's get started. When you're the richest person on the planet, security becomes your top priority. Jeff Bezos takes his personal safety extremely seriously. He has an entire team of bodyguards costing a whopping $1.6 million per year to protect him 24/7. And we're not talking about some rinky-dink security team. These are elite ex-CIA, Secret Service, and Navy SEAL operatives trained for the utmost personal protection. Bezos also installed military-grade bulletproof glass in his office to shield him from attacks. But his security goes beyond just bodyguards and bulletproofing. Bezos is known to use highly controversial Pegasus spyware on his mobile devices. This AI-powered hacking tool developed by Israeli firm NSO Group can secretly extract passwords, texts, emails, and other data from targets. Critics argue it leads to potential government abuses, but for Bezos, it's a critical defense measure. Jeff Bezos purchased a $75,000 robot dog named Spot to provide additional home security and assistance. The four-legged machine can fetch drinks and snacks from the fridge and clean up around the house. Spot uses cameras and sensors to patrol properties and detect intruders, providing a level of security. However, given Bezos' extreme wealth and high-profile status, he cannot rely solely on Spot for protection. The robotic dog has limitations, so Bezos also employs human bodyguards and state-of-the-art security systems. While not a comprehensive solution, Spot does supply supplemental domestic help and security monitoring. For its high price tag, the robo-dog allows Bezos some of the conveniences of robotic assistance depicted in science fiction. But when you're one of the world's richest people, more stringent safeguards are needed beyond what even sophisticated technology like Spot can fully provide. When it comes to buying property, Jeff Bezos goes all out acquiring some of the most insane luxury mansions and real estate on the planet. Let's start with the $165 million mega mansion he's building in Beverly Hills. Even though it's still under construction, just the initial land purchase and demolition cost $165 million. Once completed, this palatial palace will have over 120,000 square feet of living space. Then there's his ridiculous $80 million penthouse in New York City that takes up the entire top floor of his building. This four-story apartment has jaw-dropping 360-degree views of the Manhattan skyline looking out over Central Park and the Empire State Building. Bezos owns extravagant mansions worth hundreds of millions across the globe. His most excessive property is in Hawaii. Not just one, but three separate beachfront estates totaling $78 million. These paradise compounds have private beaches, sports facilities, and lava field access. Another outrageous mansion is in Washington, D.C., converted from a museum for $36 million. With 25 bathrooms and a ballroom, it's more of a palace. He also has a $68 million Miami waterfront mansion, perfect for yachting with a pool, pizza oven, and dock. In total, Bezos owns at least 7 lavish homes around the world, adding up to over $500 million in real estate. For the world's wealthiest individual, multiple multi-million-dollar mansions are simply par for the course in his world of extreme luxury and indulgence. When you're the richest person on Earth, you can afford to build a pretty insane car collection. Jeff Bezos definitely does not disappoint in the wheels department. He started off humbly when he first became a billionaire, buying a Honda Accord. But it didn't take long for his car collection to get a lot more exotic. One of his crown jewels is his Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. This ultra-rare supercar is coated in real diamonds. Yes, diamonds! The carbon fiber body has a unique diamond weave pattern underneath the diamond coating, making this one of the most expensive cars in the world at $4.8 million. Another stunning hypercar in his collection is his $3 million Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio. Only 6 were ever made. He also has a $10 million Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, which can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 2.9 seconds. But the most outrageous has to be his Bugatti Veyron. This 16-cylinder beast hits 253 miles per hour and goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds flat. The premium version owned by Bezos is valued at around $3.5 million. Jeff Bezos has some of the rarest, most expensive supercars and hypercars in the world in his garage. But for the richest man on the planet, he can keep buying any exotic rides he wants. Aside from the lavish houses and cars, Jeff Bezos pours billions into some outrageous investments tied to his various business ventures. One of his most eccentric is the giant 10,000-year clock he's building inside a mountain in Texas. Called the Clock of the Long now, this thing will be 500 feet tall and is designed to run for 10 millennia. The century hand advances once every 100 years and the cuckoo comes out, well, every millennium. Price tag? A cool $42 million. Bezos also believes working environments impact creativity. That's why he constructed giant biodomes called the Spheres as part of Amazon's Seattle HQ. These 4-story glass domes contain over 40,000 plants from rainforests around the world. Essentially a personal indoor jungle for employees that cost $4 billion. He also shelled out $250 million to buy the Washington Post in 2013. This gives him direct influence over one of the nation's leading newspapers. While he claims it's a personal investment, critics argue the Post now goes soft on Amazon coverage. And we can't forget his $500 million super yacht. At 417 feet long, this luxury liner has everything including a helicopter hangar, submarine garage, nightclub, swimming pool, and up to 62 crew members running it. Annual operating costs are estimated at $50 million. When your net worth is over $100 billion, you can splurge on businesses and ventures without even thinking twice. And Bezos invests his endless cash in some truly outrageous projects. Jeff Bezos definitely likes to travel in style and comfort with a fleet of private jets for ultimate luxury. He started off with a Gulfstream G650ER, which most billionaires would die for. But Bezos got bored and bought a second G650ER outfitted exactly the same. Each one costs $65 million fully loaded. These jets are decked out like flying mansions with lavish bedrooms, bathrooms, living rooms, and thrones. Yes, Bezos has his own personal throne on his private plane, but his travel extravagance doesn't stop there. Bezos is absolutely obsessed with space travel, having fallen in love with astronomy and rockets as a kid watching the Apollo missions. He spent millions funding expeditions to recover discarded NASA F-1 rocket engines from the Apollo missions that were lost deep underwater. These artifacts from the beginnings of space travel are priceless to Bezos. He also founded his own private space company, Blue Origin. They're developing rockets, engines, and capsules for commercial space tourism and travel. Bezos invests billions into Blue Origin, chasing his childhood dream of affordable space travel for the public. For the richest guy in the world, the sky is literally not the limit when it comes to planes, rockets, and exploring space. Jeff Bezos' level of spending is truly mind-blowing. Between the mansions, cars, jets, and more, how does he even decide what to buy next? What would you splurge on if you had billions? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video on ridiculously expensive things owned by the richest man ever, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more luxury content from Luxury Planet.